Hello, friends and viewers. This week I would like to discuss an email that was sent to me by a Linda from Covington, Georgia. And Linda writes, "Dear Bill, I enjoy your videos but wonder why you talk funny. You sound like a hick who lives in the head of a holler." Well, Linda, you needn't worry that your comments make me angry. I assure you, I'm not the least bit angry. And the reason I'm not angry is because your comments are true. I am a hick from the head of a holler, and that holler is a holler up in eastern Kentucky. Back in those days, and that's more years ago than I like to think about, times were difficult, very difficult. A common goal was to work hard, maybe save enough money to buy you an old pickup so you could drive up to Detroit and get a job in the car factories building automobiles and hopefully have a little better standard of living. Well, when I was just a boy, my family did leave eastern Kentucky, but we never made it all the way to Detroit. We moved just across the river over into southern Ohio. And as time passed, my accent didn't change. It didn't change any. And what I come to realize is the reason it didn't change is that all the people in Ohio, they sound just like me. They talk just like I talk. Well, it finally dawned on me that all a Buckeye is a hillbilly that broke down on the way to Michigan. Well, the old clock on the wall tells me it's time for the joke of the week. Well, really, I don't have a clock on the wall. Y'all don't know that, but in no way I can say anything in my videos. It's just not factual. It doesn't matter how innocent it is. I heard people say that on TV and stuff before, and I thought that'd sound good, but I wished I hadn't said that. I don't have no clock on the wall or nothing. But it is time for the joke of the week. This lady comes into a drugstore and she wants some common cold remedy, and she asks this young man for it. And he looks around in the cold section and he can't find it. And he looks kind of all over the store and he never can find it. And finally, he tells her, he said, "Ma'am, I'm sorry." He said, "I thought we had that here, but I just couldn't find it." And she kind of spins around on her heel and leaves the store irate. And the manager's watching all this, and he comes up to the young man and said, "Son, what's wrong with you? You've worked here long enough to where you should know where all this stock is. There's a lady coming in wanting something that we got a shelf full of over here. And you send her out of the store without any of it. We probably won't get her back. We've lost our business. I can't afford to continue to operate like this. I'm going to keep an eye on you. And if I see another incident like this, I'm going to have to let you go." Well, later that day, there's some guy coming in the store, and man, he's coughing his head off. Just every breath a cough. 2 or 3 coughs a breath. He's coughing so hard he can't hardly tell the young man what he wanted. Finally, he gets it out that he wants some cough medicine, and the young man looks around through the shelves of the cough medicine. He just can't find it. He feels a cold sweat popping up on the back of his neck because he knows the manager's watching him. Out of desperation, he finally grabs a box of X-Lax and hands them to the guy. The guy grabs them and he rips them open and just shoves a whole handful, takes a whole box at one time, walks out of the store and leans up against a light post. Sure enough, the manager was watching. He comes over to the young man. He said, "Son, what's wrong with you? Have you lost your mind?" He said, Here a guy come in here looking for cough medicine, and you give him X-Lax. X-Lax not going to stop a cough." The young guy said, "Want to bet? Look at him out there. He's afraid to cough."